Joe Kelly's going to get them, pick them up here for the start of race number 1.
2-year-old trotters have been called in behind the Home Hardware Building Center starting gate. It's first race post time. Race number 1 of the evening, top of the stretch, Atlantic Sire Stake 2-year-old trot event for a purse of $12,520. Dusty Lane Gus, Apollo 34, Marcus Downridge, Supreme Rocket, and Fire the Rocket. They're off. Off stride there behind the gate went Marcus Downridge, firing out for the early lead. That's Apollo 34. Outside is joined by Supreme Rocket, who's on 10 on taking over as they make their way by the opening eighth. Supreme Rocket trots onto the lead past the opening eighth, giving way. Apollo 34 will pockets it. Up into the 3 spot goes Fire the Rocket. Then a gapped out fourth is Dusty Lane Gus. Back trotting at the back of the field after the costly gate break is Marcus Downridge. 2-year-old trotters arrive at that opening quarter, and out front it's Supreme Rocket trotting with the lead out there by 2.5. With Apollo 34 in pursuit second. In at the rail in 3. That is Fire the Rocket. And further on back in 4, we find Dusty Lane Gus, and a gapped out trailer is Marcus Downridge. The trotters are single file as they make their way off the top turn. Opening quarter was reached in 30 4/5 seconds. In front of the grandstand for the first time and drawing off now by some 5 lengths. On the front end is Supreme Rocket, with Apollo 34 tracking along second. A little closer now in 3 is Fire the Rocket. Still gapped out there is Dusty Lane Gus back in 4. And at the back of the field is Marcus Downridge. The half trotted in 1:01 and 2/5 seconds onto the backside, approaching the 3/4 as they straighten out into the Redland Farms backstretch for the final time. It's Supreme Rocket trotting strong on the lead. Is clear by 3. Now closing in second is Fire the Rocket. Dropping back is Apollo 34 into third. And trotting now in 4 Dusty Lane Gus, gaining some ground. They continue on now to the 7/8, 3/4 trotted in 1:32 and 2/5 seconds. Supreme Rocket still looking strong past the 7/8 and off the top turn. Further on back second, that is Fire the Rocket. Then taking over third was Dusty Lane Gus, now fourth Apollo 34 on through the stretch, and Supreme Rocket making her career debut, a winning one here for Mike McGuigan, winning it by some 4 open lengths. Fire the Rocket is second, third is Dusty Lane Gus. Mile trotted in 2:03 flat. Mutuals, contact the stand, please. Back in the Woodmere Farms Winners Enclosure, the winner of the first 2-year-old trot event of the season, number 4, Supreme Rocket. 2-year-old bay filly by E.L. Rocket out of the Federal Flux Dam, Supreme Monarch. By James Whelan Jr. of Vernon Bridge PEI, trained and driven by Mike McGuigan. Supreme Rocket trotting the mile in at 2:03 flat, just a fifth of a second off the 2-year-old filly trot record here at Truro Raceway. Supreme Rocket in 2:03. Debbie Francis, trackside, on behalf of the Atlantic Standardbred Breeders Association, making the presentation. Also, the trot events this evening they are co-sponsored by the PEI Harness Racing Industry Association.